I guess the jumping fraternity get their chance to shine at a pretty much peak time of the day.
Yeah, yes, they do. It's different. I think it's the first time I've been to a meeting like this. Even when we have a jumps only or jump riders only meeting, usually they run a couple of flat races at the end. But you can see with only two flat races for the flat jockeys, well, it made sense to run it all the jump races together.
How have the horses travelled up? I know you got them up to Cambridge last night. Are you happy condition-wise going into today?
Yes, I'm very happy. Where we stay, we've been coming here for years now, and the horses are pretty used to the spot, and it's very similar to home. It's out in the country, so we're very lucky.
Let's concentrate on No Tip to start with, and the current form of this horse should give you a whole lot of confidence going into today. Where are your confidence levels at? Because the punters they're thinking that you can win the race. No Tip a 270 favourite ahead of Laykeeper, King Oberon and Abacus. And I suppose, whilst you don't want to see scratchings out of the race, Paul, Zentangle and Bay Rocker coming out enhance your chances. Is that how you see it?
Yes, probably. You think when the noms come out, you like to see as many horses as possible in the noms, and then as you get closer to the day of the races, if there's a couple of scratchings, you as an owner and a trainer, you probably it makes you feel a bit more at ease.
Let's talk about No Tip's performance to win at Trentham, because I was there that day, luckily enough, and got to have a chat to you. You weren't surprised by this at all, were you?
No, well, he'd indicated that he probably could compete with the horses that were in at Wellington that day, and he did that. Today's a different field, and there are some lightweight horses there with good chances.
Paulie charged to the inside of Laykeeper. Laykeeper unfortunately didn't get things right at Riccarton in his two assignments there, but we know his capabilities. Is he one you fear?
Yes, I do. But he possibly hasn't come up quite as well as he did last year. But things haven't gone his way. But there's a couple on the minimum. King Oberon and Delegates run good races as well. So they could be make it difficult.
You gave your horse a nice tick over run on the flat, and he performed there as well.
Yes, he did, albeit over 12 lengths from the winner, but it was a good run. He finished on, and we asked the jockey to sort of give him a bit more after the race, after the finishing line, and he couldn't pull him up until the 1,000 metres, so that was a good sign for us.
It's a $50,000 race today, but in a couple of weeks' time, there's the big dance, if you like, the hurdles. What are you looking for as a trainer today? What's a pass mark for you?
Just excuse me, just to see him running on nicely like he did at Wellington. Obviously, with a jump, you want to see them. You never quite know when you've got them. So when they go out, I'd like to see them doing their best. And if we can do that today, well, I'll be happy.
Let's move to Perry Mason. Of course, took out the Pakarana Hunt Cup last year. Form-wise this time in, he's been very good. Aaron Kuru rides again, of course, 650 and 240. Razor Fuaso is the favourite at 380, just ahead of Max. Again, you took Perry Mason through that race we just looked at on the flat. Condition-wise, he looks to be peaking again at the right time.
Yeah, well, we hope so. He hasn't raced over fences since the Wellington meeting, so he could need the run, but we try to get them ready with and he he went pretty well fresh up this year, first time this year at Ellerslie over the hill in the McGregor Grant. So it's probably coming in a similar way.
We're looking now at his performance winning at Hawke's Bay. He was pretty dominant. This was on a slow track. How do you think he'll cope with today?
Excuse me. Well, he coped with the bad ground at Te Rapa at Te Aroha last year, and he hasn't had any trouble in the past coping with the bad ground. So it's a wait and see how he handles Ellerslie today. Probably in worse conditions than he's had recently.
Really appreciate your time, Paul, to you and Karina. I hope both horses go well today, and enjoy your day out at Ellerslie. I know you will.
Yeah, thanks very much, Greg.